Welcome back to Absolutely the Best Podcast, A Work in Progress. I'm Zach, and with me today is my good friend George.
Hello.
This is Series 2, Episode 7, which is our MCU Adjacent series, so there will be at least one tie-in to that franchise. And today we are talking about Limitless from March 18th, 2011. We don't have a ranking system for Series 2, but after we discuss the movie, we will give our ratings for the film and whether or not it's absolutely one of the best movies or not. It's not.
Oh, no. So is this my fourth swing and a miss?
I let the cat out of the bag. We'll get to that. Probably, if I remember to get to that.
Okay.
As a reminder, we assume the listener has seen the movie before, and of course, there will be spoilers. So, since this is your pick and you had some sort of history with it, why don't you kick off the movie memories?
I don't really have too many movie memories of this. I don't really know. I don't really remember when this movie first came on my radar. I think I was pleasantly surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did. I'm bracing myself for what you have to say, but I still enjoyed it even on this rewatch. I know that there's some stuff that's probably shiesty, and I have a lot of like science questions in my notes. But I figured chalk this up as yet another movie exploring the idea of what could happen if someone were to utilize the entirety of their human mind.
Instead of just 10%.
Or I guess 20.
I was saying this, I think they said 20. Which is weird.
Yeah. But I mean, I thought there was like another theory that was like, hey, that whole thing, that whole premise about you only being able to use 10 to 20% of your brain was false.
It is bullshit.
Yeah. But I mean, it makes for interesting movies, or at least attempts at movies that entertain.
I'm not opposed to the idea, as long as you're not leaning into it too much and keep talking about 10% and like trying to quantify it. I can work with that, but like a movie like Lucy had other issues.
Yes. Well, I mean, at least in the world of Limitless, everybody has hope for being smart.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
What about you? This is your first time, right?
This is my first time. I never saw it before. I didn't think it looked good, and it was available on Prime, but it had commercials, which sucked. But it's like an hour and 45 minutes, so not too bad. And I think it only had one commercial break in the middle, so it was just at the beginning and at the end, and you can't make me sit through that at the end.
So it wasn't painful for you, at least.
No, it wasn't. And as a matter of fact, I ended up buying the unrated extended cut on Blu-ray for $8.47 on eBay because I wanted the commentary, because there was some scenes in here where I was like, I need to know what the director has to say about this. And also it came with a DVD as well, labeled digital copy, which I find ironic because
it was already a digital copy.
It's already digital, right?
Yeah.
But intangible copy doesn't really make sense either. So I couldn't figure out what was on it because my computer wouldn't read it. I think it was just damaged, maybe.
Oh.
But I think it's just the actual movie with some sort of not encryption, but I guess it must be some sort of encryption. But what do they call it? Like the copy protection, and then supposedly there's a code. Cause I did find out on the Blu-ray later on. There's like, here's directions on how to get your digital copy, and it explains it to you. So there was supposed to be a code to type into iTunes or whatever to unlock it. That was not included. I don't care.
Okay, I was going to say, did you fight to get?
No. I don't care. And it might have even said as much in the eBay listing. I mean, I'm pretty much just going to throw this in the trash if you don't want it. But I did go the extra mile to listen to the commentary. I do like to listen to the commentary when possible. So
okay. Well, I'm definitely curious about the commentary if you have
there's a few things here and there. It wasn't as enlightening as I had hoped, but I don't regret listening to it.
It wasn't Quantum Mania bad, where they were just like, yeah, well, whatever.
They're making fun of their own movie and just admitting how bad it is. No, it was not like that. So, do you want to take over now here with the cast and crew and the credits?
Sure. So first up, we've got Neil Berger, who I guess he was a pretty prolific director and producer. He was an executive producer on that whole Insurgent series, that whole Insurgent, Divergent,
Oh,
Allegiant
really?
series,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have that
which,
written down.
yeah, which
They suck.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say, I thought it was stupid.
I think I
So,
saw the first one in the theater, and I was like, "That's enough. I'm good."
yeah. Oh my God. It came out around the same time that a whole series of these like like young brain dead adults
Yeah.
apparently, like it was supposed to appeal to this whole crew of like young adults, and it was just dumb.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah. It
everybody
wasn't.
was trying to remake or recreate the success of Hunger Games or something.
Yeah.
But
I also don't love that, but it was
yeah,
better than the Divergent series.
yeah. But it turns out he was also an executive producer and director on Billions, which I heard was a really good series.
Oh, is that on HBO or something?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I think I have heard good things. I haven't seen it myself though.
yeah. It's on my list. I need to get to it. But right now I'm trying to churn through The Rookie, and I'm really loving that.
Worth
So
your time, man. It's like it's like fast food. I don't know. It's good. It's
it's
not
great.
good for you.
Just Nathan
Yeah.
Fillion.
Fillion. There you go.
Sorry, my bad. I keep forgetting the I.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion. He's
Yeah.
just a
I like
nice
I like the cast
elderly
in
gentleman.
general. Yeah. And they
Yeah,
rotate through a few people, but it's a solid show. Yeah.
but anyway,
It's
great show. If you haven't seen it, definitely
yeah.
catch it. I'm making my way through it. And then, as for writers, back to this show, back to this movie. Writers wise, there was Leslie Dixon, who I've really only seen. It looks like she's done Freaky Friday and Overboard.
Yep.
I loved Overboard. I think it was the one that the 1987 version
Yeah,
with
yeah. So
Kurt Russell.
she also wrote the remake, but
Oh, she did the remake too.
yeah. But yeah, Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell in that original one. And she was a writer for Loverboy. I don't know if you ever
Haven't
saw
seen that
that.
one.
It's Patrick Dempsey, and if I'm remembering correctly, he works as like a pizza delivery guy. But like these women will call up and ask for like a pizza with extra anchovies, and that's code for like send over somebody to have sex. And that's about
Interesting.
all I remember of it. Yeah. And she was a writer on Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, I missed that.
Pay It
Yeah.
Forward. Fuck that movie. It's like a really good movie up until the end. You're like, what the fuck?
Yes.
And she wrote for the show Limitless, which was based on the movie. At first, I thought it was
Yep.
just a show of the same name because I guess what's his name?
There's a
Thor.
series.
Thor also has a show called Limitless, but it's more like
National
Chris,
Geographic thing. I think.
yeah. Chris
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
But
I was like, Thor has a movie.
yeah.
I totally blanked for a second there.
But,
I also saw she wrote Freaky Friday, or she was a
okay.
writer on Freaky Friday.
I don't think I saw that, but there's a new one now, right? Even Freakier Friday or something.
Freakier Friday, which
is it Freakier?
Yes, it is. It's totally Freakier Friday.
Before I watched this, I thought that it was going to be an adaptation of Flowers for Algernon.
Oh, yeah.
And it is very much not. But it is based on a novel called The Dark Fields by Alan Glynn. Never heard of that. But
you know what? That would explain why he is on as the other writer on this.
Is he listed as a writer? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, but this is his only writing credit at least in Hollywood that I saw.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah, that totally makes sense. In terms of Flowers for Algernon, I do like the John Travolta movie, which I think was somewhat loosely based off of Flowers.
Michael, or no, that's the one where he's the angel.
No,
There's
it's an
two of
angel.
them.
Yeah.
Two of them were on the same time. I think we had this discussion before during the Lucy episode. I also wanted to say one more thing about the director, Neil Berger. He also directed The Illusionist, which I also did not like. I hate that movie.
You didn't like it? Oh, I thought that was the one I liked.
That's the one with Jessica Biel and Edward Norton.
Oh, okay. Wait, is that what was the other one around that same time?
The Prestige.
Oh, okay. I'm getting those two mixed
Christopher
up.
Nolan. No, Prestige is great. The Illusionist sucks, and mainly what I remember hating about it is all the illusions that he does are very clearly CGI bullshit. I need to be able to believe that it's something that he could pull off.
Right.
Which is what I hate about those Now You See Me movies. It's so dumb.
Well, you must be excited for the new one coming up.
Super excited. Can't wait for it. Don't make me cover it.
But there's an it's MCU adjacent because Mark Ruffalo's in it.
That's why. Yeah, don't please.
And I thought for sure that this would at least entertain you, and it looks like I am absolutely batting 444.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right. My bad. Okay. All right. Main cast. I'm just gonna stick to the people that really like stuck with me here.
Yeah, there was a lot of people listed, and I was like, how many of these people are important?
Yeah, there's like 4 that I actually really cared about. There's Bradley Cooper, who, I mean, we don't really need to go into everything he's done, but The Hangover, Guardians of the Galaxy, Silver Linings Playbook,
he's our tie-in, yeah.
A Star Is Born, and he's the tie-in. Most recently, he was Jor-El in Superman.
Was he? I didn't catch that at all.
He was in the video. I was like, why does that guy look so familiar? And it turned out that was Bradley Cooper.
There was more than one time in this movie where he's doing the voiceover and it just sounded like Rocket Raccoon to me.
Or he's being like really gruff.
More like when Rocket is talking calmly. It sounds like Bradley Cooper here in this movie.
Oh. Abby Cornish plays his girlfriend Lindy, and I swear there are so many scenes where she looks just like the spitting image of Charlize Theron.
She looks kind of like her, yeah.
She's been in a ton of movies herself. Geostorm, which I'm sure you will not ever want to watch.
No.
You're not going to be able to turn off your science brain for that one. I was entertained, but I like some pretty ridiculously stupid movies. She was in the RoboCop reboot, which I actually enjoyed.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It was unnecessary.
It was.
I was expecting it to be terrible, and it wasn't terrible.
Yeah. What's the name of that the main actor? I like that
Joel,
guy. Joel McKinnon,
something like that.
Yeah, I like the movies he's in. Rick Flag. No, not Rick Flag.
Yeah.
No, was it Rick Flag? Rick Flag Jr.
One of the Flags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was also Jack Ryan's girlfriend in the Amazon series Jack Ryan, and then Sucker Punch. She was also in.
Yeah, Sucker Punch sucks.
Yeah,
really
I like the graphics.
Sucker Punch.
Well, I like the graphics in that one. I like big anime and big monsters and stuff. But yeah, that was not a good movie. Carl Van Loon, played by De Niro, another actor who needs no introduction. But how did you like him in this movie?
I kind of didn't think he was very good in it, so I really like him.
You didn't like him being smug?
I feel like he is. I feel like it's just not the right role for him. I'm used to him being in more of a commanding role, and that's not to say that he wasn't, but it seems like Eddie has the edge on him a lot of the time, especially at the end. But I do like De Niro a lot. I like him in a lot of movies, not all of his movies, but he can be and often is a great actor. And I also do think that as a person, he's a good guy. I like him. He's not afraid to call out the Republican Party on their bullshit. So
what bullshit?
I appreciate that. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. But some of my favorite movies of his are Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, The Untouchables, Goodfellas, Backdraft, Cape Fear, Casino, Heat, Copland, and Meet the Parents, which kind of stands out from the rest of those.
So, I was going to say, if you didn't add Heat in there, Heat's one of my favorite of his.
Heat's great. Yeah.
Yeah. He's amazing in Heat. And then there's this guy, Gennady, who's the loan shark, played by Andrew Howard. I really like this character. I think this Andrew Howard guy always plays like some shysty guy in all the movies he's in. I don't remember him in all these roles, but apparently he's been an accountant too. And he's been in Tenet, and he's been in The Watchmen and Chips. So I'm assuming he's like a bad guy or of some sort, or a friend of the bad guys in all these movies.
Yeah, that'd be a good guess. Was that the only ones you had? Because I had a couple more I do want to mention real quick.
Sure, you can.
Okay, so Anna Friel as Melissa Gant. That's Eddie's ex-wife, right?
Yeah.
She reminds me. So first of all, she was in a show called Marcella, which it was like a BBC show or something like that about cops. It was a really, really good show until the last season where it totally jumped the shark. But kind of worth the watch. I liked her in that. But she reminds me of a girl in college that had a wicked crush on. And then
wait, the pre NZT version of her or the post NZT version?
Well, the actress herself.
Yeah. Oh, the actress.
Not the character.
Not the character. Okay.
Good thing to be. What I'm trying to say here.
Distinguish.
Yes, that's the word. I'm having a lot of trouble remembering words today. I've just like stopped mid sentence. I'm like,
you could use some NZT.
I could use some NZT. Johnny Whitworth plays Vernon Gant, and I thought it was Dermot Mulrooney at first. He looks so much like him.
He looks so much like him.
Right. And then I had one more. Robert John Burke as Don Pierce. That's Van Loon's right-hand guy.
Is that the assassin or the hitman?
No, it's his business, Van Loon's business guy. That it's always with him, and he's like, I think this Eddie guy is a crock of shit.
Oh,
or whatever,
that
right?
guy. Yeah.
He looked so familiar to me. I finally looked it up. He's Seth on The Last of Us. The cop, the guy who used to be a cop.
Yeah. The one who made the comment at Bella and said like, "Hey, there are children here."
Yep.
That's why he looked familiar. I was like, "What?" I just kind of like wrote it off as it just has one of those faces.
One of those guys.
Huh. Good to know.
Anyways.
I totally missed those. Anyway, should we get to the movie?
Yes.
So this movie begins in your favorite way. It was the first thing I noticed when I rewatched. I was like, "Oh, Zach's gonna love this right off the bat." We start off with Zach's favorite movie trope, which is an event already in motion, and then flashing back to the very beginning of everything. Bradley Cooper, aka Rocket Raccoon, is about to jump off the patio when he realizes that he's got a 4-digit IQ, and he's lamenting the thought that instead of having an impact on the world, he's gonna the only impact he's gonna have is on the sidewalk.
I actually like the opening, despite I hate the fact that they when people don't start the movie at the beginning.
Yeah,
but it was taken a little bit out of it when he said he has a 4-digit IQ. And I was pretty sure that was not possible, but I looked into it and technically you can have, technically there's no limit to what it is, but I think the highest IQs ever measured or whatever is like in the high 200s.
Oh.
So, I mean, he would basically have to be the smartest man in the world, I guess.
Ever.
But, ever. Pretty much. But also I recently had an IQ test as part of testing for ADHD and autism and all that stuff.
Really?
And an average IQ is 90 to 109. Mine was 116, which they say is high average. I'm not trying to brag here. I'm just like...
You're totally bragging, but it's okay.
Well, but what was interesting is like, I was really slow, and that brings you way down. And if I had been quicker at it, it would have been like 123 or something like that, which that's very high. But I'm not that smart, apparently, because I'm slow.
It's okay, doctor.
That's right. So also before we get on with the rest of the movie, at the end of this opening scene, there's the credits, and they do this. They call it, sometimes they call it a fractal zoom. I would call it more of an infinite or ultra zoom or something, but it's like the picture keeps zooming in and it just keeps happening. And I was like walking on a treadmill as that was going on. So that made it really interesting. But I like that
almost
effect.
Fall off or
No. I was just like, whoa, this is weird.
Yeah.
But I like that effect, and they use it quite a bit in the movie. I wouldn't say that they overused it, but it is used a number of times.
Yeah. I think depending on the direction that they're zooming in, zooming out, it's like when NCT is kicking in or kicking out.
Right.
So the next scene starts off all dark and dreary because this is the pre-NCT Eddie.
Yep.
And Eddie basically looks like a hobo. Just disheveled.
Yes. He seems annoying too.
He totally seems. I mean, he's kind of annoying even on NZT, except he's like a different kind of annoying, right?
Yeah.
But he's disheveled. He's talking about this novel he's always working on, struggling, just trying to keep himself in his room so he can keep writing this book. and then his girlfriend breaks up with him. Lindy, who played by Abby Cornish, I have no idea why she sticks with him.
Yeah.
He looks like a total bum sitting across from her,
Yep.
and they break up, and he's still happy for her, which is great, because she got a job that she had applied for as an editor. And then on the way home
Oh,
from
wait,
this,
stop.
yeah,
So I wanted to point out, I'm pretty sure he just has ADHD, and if he just get an Adderall prescription, he'd be good to go.
yeah,
But there was a scene here where he kind of hints at the fact that he was thinking about asking her to marry him, right? And she's
yeah,
like, she's
no,
like, don't propose. You were married before, it didn't work out. And then they had this flashback. I really like how that was done. It's they flash back to him being married to this woman, Melissa or whatever, and it's just like real quick flashes. She says it's not working, and then drives off in the cab. And as the cab drives away, it's sort of like this tunnel vision where it gets darker around the edges of the frame,
yeah,
which I thought was an interesting choice. I wondered if there was more to it. And here the director just said it was a different visual language that they wanted to establish for flashbacks early on in the movie. And they do that later. I said do. They do that later in the movie when they do other flashbacks.
123, huh? That's what you were. That was it.
That's right.
That's what you could have been.
It wasn't a maturity test, George.
Anyway, so he's on his way home from his breakup, and he runs into his shisty-looking former brother-in-law.
Yep.
Vernon. And then everything changes because they get a drink, and Vernon happens to have something that will help Eddie out with his writer's block. He just gives him this one pill, which is small, and he tells him, "Hey, it's going to help you access 100% of your brain."
I have a pharmaceutical gripe.
Yeah.
The pill is clear. And
what does that mean? Yeah, does that mean something?
Well, I was just like pharmaceuticals are usually mostly filler because you need like 5 milligrams or something, or like 100 micrograms of something. That's this tiny amount. So like it's just mixed in with inert material. It's usually like calcium carbonate, starch, microcrystalline cellulose. So those don't make a clear pill. So I'm not saying you couldn't make it, but that's not generally how you do make pills.
Okay.
Something clear. But what really made me want to interject here is I put a picture for you in the notes. I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, I was trying to find like colors to use for the artwork for the episode because I do weird stuff like that. And I was looking at the poster, and I noticed it's a big thing that says "clear pill." Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
Okay, whatever you want, guys. So I thought that was an interesting choice.
Yeah, I was wondering, did it mean anything that it was a clear pill? Because it didn't look like anything. It was just
they just wanted a clear pill. I think the director said something about that. Like he just thought it would be cool.
It's an aesthetic.
In the commentary, Neil Berger says the pills are clear and they make you clear. So it was like a metaphor. Also, this is the part where Vern says we only use 20% of our brains instead of 10. And then the director admits that it's a myth. Although I think the director himself said 10%.
Yeah.
But this makes sense actually, because what does Vern know anyway, right? Like he's the character.
He was a former drug dealer, and now he's just kind of upgraded.
Still is a drug dealer, really.
Yes. Well, yeah, he's just upgraded to pharmaceutical drugs,
right?
Supposedly, we find out later that he's not. So
it's never clear. I don't really need the clarity there, but
yes, yeah. Like I guess nobody knows where this drug came from. Actually, right? They never say. Anyway, Eddie pops it into his mouth. And just before going into his apartment building, just not thinking anything of it, he's like, "What's the harm?" Runs into his landlord's wife just as the drugs kick in, and everything just brightens up.
I love that effect.
This is like one of my favorite scenes because it's like his first time taking NZT, and then everything turns like from dark and dreary to like bright, and then like super clear focused and everything.
Yep.
And this landlady is just yelling at him.
Yeah.
And just telling him to pay rent or he's going to get evicted. And he just starts noticing like every little thing. And before you know it, he's chilling her out and blows her mind away with all this law stuff that he just figured out just from seeing the corner of this book in her bag.
Right.
And he just blows her mind away, among like other things.
Then he blows her socks off.
That too.
um, what did I want to say about that? I really did like how that was done with the change in the color gradient, and they stick with that through the movie. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's my favorite whenever it happens to new people too.
Yeah. I also liked the detail about remembering seeing the book 12 years earlier in college. He's just like, oh, like I remember seeing that in place where he saw it. It was like sitting on a table or something. It's like, that's how I am. Never with anything important, but that's how I am. I will see something and be like, oh yeah, I saw that 14 years ago at the grocery store or something. It's just totally useless stuff I can't clear from my brain. But so I was relating hard here.
Nice. Cool. Oh yeah. So then Eddie goes into his apartment and ends up cleaning the shit out of it. Because I guess when you're clear, you need everything around you to be clear and clean.
I was very jealous that he was able to clean his apartment like that, because I would love to do that to mine, but the mess gets made faster than I can clean it up.
There's a reason why my background is fuzzed out. But after cleaning his apartment, he decides to get to work on his book, and he just blazes through a good chunk of it. And he wakes up the next morning, and the drug is worn off.
Right. He says at one point that he hadn't eaten anything in 6 hours, and I was just like, I'm pretty sure he just took some methamphetamine, because that's what it'll do. But in the right dose, that's treatment for ADHD. That's all.
Really?
Like Adderall is it's basically methamphetamine. So
and it gets you wanting to clean up and stuff too, or wanting order.
It just helps you to focus. It pushes the noise out. It's like for me, I can't not hear everything around me all the time, and it's very distracting. So if I take Adderall for situations where I need to focus, the noise isn't there. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. I don't feel any different. I'm just like, oh, suddenly I can focus. It's strange.
Is it easy to get addicted to something like Adderall?
I don't think so. Well, I don't know. I think if you take too much of it, if you abuse it, but I go with what my doctor tells me to take. I don't take it every day. I only take it usually on work days. And not even every work day, because I'm like, well, I'm gonna go work out at 10, and I got to pick up the kids in the afternoon. It's like I'm not gonna waste the Adderall on that. It's like I can power through this little bit of work I got to do in the morning or something. But when he was typing the book, I did not like the raining letters part. I thought that was a little corny to me, but
it's like the wannabe Matrix effect, but for writers.
Yeah. By the way, I don't think I've ever once been on Adderall while recording this show. So if I'm a little scatterbrained, that's why.
Wait, what would I guess? Well, I guess you mean, but taking it would make you super focused.
It helps to focus. Yeah. So I'm not trying to talk about everything.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, oh, here's another thought. I gotta sell that thought too. And here's another thought. So
maybe I need that. I always feel like my brain's always on fire.
There's no harm in getting a diagnosis. Find out if you have ADHD or not, and then if you do, you can get a prescription. But then you're going to be on RFK Jr.'s list.
Oh, really?
He doesn't like people with ADHD and autism, so
I don't like dudes that swim in sewers. So
that's a fair point.
Anyway, back to our thing. So, he wakes up the next morning, and the effects have clearly worn off because everything's back to being gray and dreary and bleak color-wise, and his brain's just back to being blah.
Mm-hmm.
He pings something down there, and nothing comes back up. But he does have the pages that he worked on the day before, and his apartment's still clean. So even though it's all dark and dreary, you can tell that everything's pretty orderly. At least I could when I was keeping an eye on everything when he was walking around.
Right.
Anyway, so he goes and takes those pages to his publisher, and he tells her, just read 3 pages, and if you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. And by the time he gets home, his publisher's blowing up his phone, telling her to call him, or telling him to call her as soon as possible. And that makes him happy. But then he realizes, shit, I need whatever that was, and he goes to Vernon's apartment to try to get some more. But then he finds Vernon all beat up, and Vernon tells him, "Hey, it works better when you're already smart," which is pretty key.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
that comes up later. But yeah, Vernon
Right.
says, if you want it, if you want some more, go do some errands for me.
Yeah, he basically becomes Vernon's gopher
Yes.
for a while. Well, for a very short while. Man, he looks sketchy as hell. I would.
He looks sketchy at the beginning too.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way I would trust him. He's got some lines in there where he's like, because he at first when he first met Eddie and they went and got a drink, he said something about, I don't know if he said it was awaiting FDA approval, or he made it sound like it was on the up and up. And then here
Yeah.
he's like, the drug doesn't have a street name yet. I was like,
Yep.
Do you mean brand name?
Well, didn't he say he made up the FDA thing?
Yeah, I think he does cop that too. Yeah. And then, he says the boys in the kitchen call it NZT-48. I don't know. There was a lot of red flags there.
Yep. I wonder what happened to 47.
Yeah, the first 47.
Yeah. Anyway, he gets back with some breakfast and dry cleaning, and the apartment door is busted in, and Vernon's dead.
And he does not immediately get the fuck out of there like he should, with
Yeah.
the place tossed like that. And a hole in Vernon's head that looks like somebody took a 1/2-inch hole saw to it.
He's really not that smart.
No.
When he's not on NCT, because I was kind of like, what are you doing? But like, you're just doing all the stupid, like for the longest time, he just was moping around. Then he calls the police, and then that's when it occurs to him, oh shit, they're probably looking for the NZT, whoever did this.
Right.
And he, I guess he has that random thought where, like, if Vernon had cooked or knew how to cook, I'd be dead because he wouldn't have sent me out for breakfast. But then that also gives him the idea to go look in the oven, and that's where he finds the whole stash of
You know what?
NZT.
That's interesting. I don't think I even had that thought about him realizing that he would be dead if Vernon cooked.
Yeah.
I just thought he was like, oh, he knows Vernon doesn't cook. He must stash the drugs in the oven. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I thought Bradley Cooper was really good here. He really sells the panic.
Yep.
But of course, his character is an idiot, and he tosses the apartment even more with the cops on the way. Like they're going to suspect you. That's like, let's see if his white privilege pays off. And it does, because they let him go
in spades, right?
Yeah. But he finds a bunch of pills.
Hey, but like the way the cops behave in this whole movie baffles me.
Yeah, that's what more than
one of my bigger.
complaints.
Yeah, that's one of my gripes. Well, we'll get to it like later down the line, but I just don't get why they didn't pat him down properly.
Right. Like
as soon as they met him.
There's no way they would have let him walk out of there for sure without patting him down. He looks shady as fuck.
Yep.
It's like suspect number one.
Wouldn't they also wonder, okay, well, who opened up, like, what was this, what was inside this aluminum thing that was on the oven that he just left right there?
Yep.
Like, he didn't try to cover up any of the stuff that he had messed around with.
No.
So that was why I was just like, like either just really sloppy ass police work, or he just really gets by the skin of his teeth and luck.
Well, the cops took him in for questioning, right?
Yep.
And then Vern's sister, Melissa, his ex-wife, Eddie's ex-wife, calls the station. Somehow, I don't know how that worked out, but whatever. So he gets her on the phone, and I love the way that they showed it. They cut to like a flashback of her whispering into his ear, and she's like, Eddie, or something like that. And I don't know. I just like the way that was done, where he puts the phone to his ear, and it's like a quick flashback of her like whispering into his ear. I thought that was really cool. That was a positive for me in this movie.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to like in this movie, but I guess also a lot to dislike.
Yeah. I thought I had something else, but I don't remember what it is now. It's okay.
Okay. After talking to the police, who miraculously let him go, even though he was the only one there, and they didn't pat him down, because if they did, they would have found those pills on him. He gets himself cleaned up and he pops another pill, and he ends up powering through his book, and he parties it up a bit, and then he just kind of starts making some good money. And he's not making like fast money, like fast enough. But that's when he
Um,
starts reaching out to Gennady.
yeah. So there was, I had a couple of comments here. So he takes the NZT again. They show the color change again, showing that he's on NZT. And when he first took it, there was something in the VO where he said he wasn't high,
Mhm.
right? That he was focused or something to that effect. But there's like this fisheye lens effect that they put here. I'm like, are you sure you're not high? Doesn't seem normal to me. So I don't know if that's like a script error or what, but or the
Or
character is lying to himself. Maybe I don't know. And then and they say the title one pill a day, and what I could have was limitless.
wait, I
So
forgot. Is that a pet peeve of yours?
not. I mean, it depends on what the title is, I suppose. But it always stands out to me when they do say the title. But like Thunderbolts, I was rewatching that. They say it a
Yeah.
bunch of times in there, but it makes perfect sense too, right?
What's the name
But
of the
and like
team, right?
yeah, and like limitless is not such an obscure word that you wouldn't say that anyway. But
Right.
I always like to point that out. I'm like, oh, he said the name, he said the title, uh, but, and
It's not like Battlefield Earth.
and the one thing that exactly the one thing that stood out to me here, where I didn't think Bradley Cooper as an actor was selling it, when he's doing the delivery of the medical diagnosis for his aunt's tumor, he was like talking to his parents, I think, about it.
Yeah.
It just seemed like he was reading the script, and maybe it was a long day of shooting, and they were just like, good enough. This is a montage, but
Yeah. Because he was speaking really fast, right? Just
it was just like I don't know. It was lacking something in the way that he was talking about it. It very clearly seemed to me that he didn't understand what he was saying. It was just, I'm just saying words that are on a
yeah.
page.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a pretty big montage there of him living it up until he decides, hey, I should really use this to make myself a good chunk of change.
And why doesn't he immediately start looking into a way to make more of these pills? He's gonna run out, right? If he's got a 4-digit IQ, he could probably figure out how to make them himself.
That's what I was kind of wondering about the other people who clearly were on this. Like nobody realized at some point when they started having those gaps in memory that, hey, something's going on and I need to fix whatever this is. That I mean, like I clearly need
Right?
this drug,
It's like, I
right?
am one of the smartest people alive, but I need to depend on dealer street knowledge to figure out what's going on here. That doesn't
Yeah.
make sense to me.
Or was it just because the other people weren't as smart as Eddie?
Maybe, but I mean, even Gennady or whatever that guy's name is,
Gennady?
yeah,
Yeah.
even he gets pretty smart, and he's just kind of like a dumb Russian thug to begin with.
Yeah. Well, he
So
wasn't that smart. I mean, his one insight that I noted was he was like, "Oh, I figured out that if you dilute it with water and inject it, the effects last even longer." Like I was like, "Oh, hey, like
I have a problem with that.
okay." I was gonna actually I have science question down
Yes,
there
all right.
next to that when we get to
We'll
it.
revisit that. Yeah,
But he was clearly not that much smarter because he was like, "Oh, dubious. It's another word I really like."
right, right.
It's just like, but he was that guy was entertaining. But yeah, I was just kind of wondering, like so the other people were just maybe not as smart as Eddie that they didn't put the thought into, hey, I'm gonna run out of this stuff soon, or I should do something to not make myself so dependent on this shady Vernon guy.
I mean, I think it's just a plot hole.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so he is doing really well, and he does enough after he gets his 100K loan from Gennady. He does well enough to make himself $2 million in his brokerage account, which is
Okay.
enough to get him noticed by Carl Van Loon.
Okay, I got a lot that
Yeah, yeah.
sorry, that
No, no,
I
totally
appreciate
fine.
you skipping ahead, but this is where I had some gripes.
Yeah,
He goes from $800 just like day
eight
trading
hundred
or
dollars.
whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
$800 to $2,000 in a day,
yeah.
and then to 7,500 the next day, and then says it's too slow. It was 2.5 times the first day, 3.75 times the next. If he even just averaged doubling his money each day, he'd have over $1 million in about 2 weeks. So why didn't he just keep doing that? There was
Because
no
he
need
wanted
for him
it
to,
to go faster.
but what he didn't, Do you understand how geometric growth works?
No,
Because
I'm just saying he
he
in
should
his
have
head.
understood that. He should
Yeah,
have
well, he
understood.
should have, but in his head, if I have $100,000, I could make even more money faster.
I guess, but
I
like, is he going to try to become the world's first like quadrillionaire? Because he just doesn't need to work that long for that hard for that long. So he borrows money that he doesn't really need to, but
right,
he borrows only 100K, which he could have had in 4 more days of trading at the rate that he's doubling his money, right?
right.
Then he's got a line where he says he quintupled his money, which is I think fivefold, right?
Yep.
4 days in a row. If he did that with the 7,500, he'd have almost $5 million. And if he did that with 100K, he'd have $62 billion. so, so I don't know. Like either way, he should pay back the Russian dude immediately because and then that plot should go away.
Which, if he had just paid him back right away, he would have
Maybe
been
pay him
done.
back double just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Like, hey, thanks a lot. Stay out of my hair. And then I also thought it was funny that the Russian dude tells him that if he doesn't pay, he's going to turn him into a balloon and let him suffocate. Like describes he's going to like pull his skin up over his head.
Yeah.
That was pretty gnarly.
He's like, you don't die this way.
Yeah.
You die
And then
slow.
the other thing that didn't make sense to me is now it looks like, and this might be me not understanding what his job was or what a money market manager does, but it seems like he has a job as a money market manager. Why did he need to borrow the money? You don't bring in your own money for that. You invest other people's money and you get a commission
I
on
thought that wasn't
profits.
until after when he talked to De Niro, when he
No,
started.
because right after that in my notes I have, hey, when is De Niro going to show up?
Oh, right.
And then he shows up shortly after that. But yeah.
Yeah. No, the whole it for a smart guy, he definitely makes shady choices. But I
Right.
guess if he hadn't made that choice, we wouldn't have gotten the comedy that is Gennady.
Yeah. And I actually thought that the movie was really good up until this point. And I was like, man, this just like all this stuff suddenly doesn't make sense.
Oh, because of how much money he wanted.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, it doesn't get better again.
Oh. So this was the turning point for you.
Yeah.
Before De Niro even showed up.
Yep. Maybe that's why I didn't like him that much in this, because I was already soured on the movie by the time he pops his head in.
When you were like, why would you borrow money from this shady guy when you were on track to make even more?
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Anyway, before he meets Carl Van Loon, he has dinner with Lindy and he impresses her with his new self. And I guess he was speaking French or something, or was it Italian at a restaurant?
I don't remember. I think it was Italian.
Italian, yeah.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting back together with your ex never works. Don't do it.
Well, she seemed like an ex that it was more his issue, more his problems, right? Than hers.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, from my experience.
Yes. Same here.
Just move on.
So they get back together again, and then Eddie, I think somewhere in between getting together with her, he has an episode where he just doesn't remember, like a good chunk of time just disappears.
Yeah, he gets a little wonky vision too.
Yeah.
And
he starts I think he starts walking like down the block, and then he's like down 3 blocks or something.
It was I think it was like 13 blocks or something, but yeah, it was a big chunk of time missing.
So he ends up meeting De Niro, who I don't know. I liked him as like this mysterious dude that made like $1 zillion. He seems like a shady version of the Meet Joe Black guy.
Anthony Hopkins' character.
Anthony Hopkins' character in Meet Joe Black, right? He impresses Carl Van Loon and ends up having another episode right after the getting out of the limo with him. And he's clearly spiraling out of control because 18 hours of his life just disappear right there.
Real quick, before he gets out of the limo.
Yeah.
So first of all, I thought that the plot was going to be Eddie pitching the medication to De Niro and that they would like find a way to make more or something like that. Or that maybe De Niro was behind it somehow and that would come into play. But Eddie has a line about stocks not being performance but perception. And I could not agree more, because long-term Apple stockholder, it makes
Yeah.
me insane when they like blow away all the numbers that people were expecting, except for like, oh, they didn't quite destroy the previous record
Right.
for like one little thing. They missed it by like just a tiny bit, but they still like, it could be like double the profits from the previous year or whatever. Everything that's going to be glowing. And one thing isn't not bad, but just not quite as glowing as maybe the most extreme optimistic expectations could have been. It's like
Mm-hmm.
stock tanks, it's down 5%. I just don't
Yeah.
get it. And then like, then you have Tesla, which continues to go up.
I was gonna say and you have the exact opposite of what you just
Yeah.
said for Tesla, which
Yeah.
makes no sense because they're clearly overvalued and like
Yeah.
their
Oh,
PE ratio is
yes.
ridiculous.
Yes. It's insane.
But then
But
you get these like you get these douche nozzles that are like, oh well, it's because Tesla's a tech company and what they're doing is they're dealing in data and they're doing like every car is a blah blah blah, and I'm just like, oh shut up, it's still overvalued.
yes. Yeah. Um, but anyway, so in the limo, I wasn't enjoying this part. It just seemed like all, what's his name? Van Loon wants Eddie to look at some portfolios or whatever. And it's all just like Eddie guessing stuff and making half thoughts and statements. And it seems like he's connecting the dots, but I couldn't follow it. It just seemed like filler script.
Yeah,
Um,
it was the beginnings of his deals with the Hank Atwood character,
yeah,
which is this gigantic merger that's going to get fleshed out further down the line.
right. But yeah, at this point, I'm just waiting for him to realize that eventually he's going to run out of pills.
Yes.
Like, you got to do something about it. So anyway, sorry. After that, yeah, he's missing more time.
No, no. Yeah, he 18 hours of his life disappeared, and he has no idea what's happening, like what happened during that. He ends up blowing his second meeting with Van Loon after he sees that the model that he was hooking up, that he vaguely remembers hooking up with, was like murdered.
By the way, did you watch the unrated or extended cut or whatever, or did you watch the theatrical?
I think it was the theatrical.
Right. Were there boobs or no?
There were no boobs.
Okay, because
So it
I
was a
didn't realize,
theatrical.
I didn't really think about it, but so in the part where he's hooking up with the model, um, she's topless and they show it, but it's like
Yeah.
this weird. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like looking through a prism, but everything's squares instead of triangles.
Like pixely?
Not pixely. There's like different squares where like so like the line of her shoulder would be like off because there's like a square of it like shifted up or something. It was hard to
Oh, weird.
explain. But I was like, I was watching the extended cut with the director's commentary, and I was like, that's
Yeah.
weird. I don't remember that. And then he said something about that. That's something that they had to cut to get the PG-13. I think it's PG-13. They had to cut that for the rating. Is basically what it came down to.
Oh, interesting.
Also, I started laughing when he gets approached by those guys at the subway. I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna like know how to fight.
And he did.
Yes, it's totally right. This movie stinks. Uh, but they were playing How to Destroy Angels, The Believers. That's Trent Reznor's band with his wife and Atticus Ross. He never does anything without Atticus Ross.
The background music while he's fighting.
Yeah. I was like, hey, I know this song. So
Yeah, yeah. I thought you were going to refer to like the Bruce Lee movies, which he did like none of the Bruce Lee, none of the kung fu moves that Bruce Lee did.
That's true. Yeah, his flashes back to him remembering seeing that as a kid, but never does any of the right moves.
Yeah,
That's funny.
but yeah, no, I thought that was pretty that was a pretty funny moment too. Yeah, so he's spiraling out of control. After he blows his meeting with Van Loon, he agrees to meet with his ex-wife because he's in a panic at this point because he's really wondering what's going on. So what do you call it? Let me just back up here. Oh yeah. So as he's calling, so he ends up finding he ends up remembering that he has Vern's client list in his possession because he had stolen it from Vern's room.
Mm-hmm.
And he ends up starting to call down everybody on the client list to try to figure out, like, hey, is this happening? Did this happen to you guys too? And right when he's about to pick up the phone, to start calling people, he hears clicking on the other line.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I didn't know that that was a sign that I guess your phone's being tapped, or that seems like
I
such an
mean, that's like
obvious.
a. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's definitely like a TV and movie trope that I was familiar with. I wasn't sure
Yeah.
if he was paranoid or if that was really happening, and I think from the director's commentary that it really was happening.
So he leaves his apartment out of paranoia, and he just takes the client list and he starts calling the people on the client list while he's in the park. And as he's going down the line, he finds out that everybody is either dead or sick. And one of the numbers that he ends up reaching out to, the phone next to him starts ringing, and it's the stalker guy who happens to be next to him. And then
Yep.
a whole chase ensues. He escapes, and he manages to escape, and he ends up meeting with his ex-wife Melissa at a cafe. And she warns him that nobody can operate at that mental activity and not crash.
So one of the things with the guy on the bench,
Mhm.
that's a hell of a coincidence. But I guess the guy could have been following him too.
I thought he was just following him the whole
Right,
time.
right.
Yeah.
But I was confused as to what was going on there when I first saw it. I was like, wait, why is it like this dude is just some random NZT customer? But then it occurred to me, I think it was actually even said in the commentary, like that guy is like in the NZT supply chain, and that's why Vernon has his number.
Oh, I thought that was the Hank Atwood guy's hitman, basically. Like, I thought he
It's
was the one chasing people down and grabbing their NZT stashes.
maybe, but why would Vernon have his number then? Maybe he was grabbing it and selling it to Vernon. I don't know.
Maybe.
But at first I was like, this doesn't make any sense. But if he's but if he was the one supplying Vernon or getting him in touch with people supplying Vernon,
I thought they just had his number because he worked for Hank Atwood, and because at the end of the movie, when Hank Atwood dies, he sits with him at the hospital and he goes like, "Hey, bummer that your boss died." And he was like, who's at fault? We should pay a visit to the lawyer because the lawyer
right,
stole my stash.
right.
And so he basically fucks up the lawyer and lets Bradley Cooper keep the stash because now he doesn't have a boss.
Did that happen in the movie? I don't remember that at
Yeah,
all.
that was in the movie. Yeah, at the
Oh,
very
okay,
very end.
okay.
That's why I don't think he. That's why I guess, I mean, if it's in the commentary, I guess that makes sense. But then I guess that means that Hank Atwood was part of
Well,
the
Hank Atwood was on
group.
NZT,
Yeah.
and then he ran out,
Yep.
and the lawyer stole the NZT from
From Bradley
Eddie
Cooper. Yeah.
and kept it for himself, and
Right.
let Atwood die. So
Clearly he didn't take a pill because he would have known things would have panned out the way they did if he
right,
wasn't careful.
clearly,
Right?
clearly it's that, not a plot hole.
Yeah. Or he was just a very dumb lawyer.
Right.
So he meets up with well, I guess we'll get back to all of that later, but he ends up meeting up with Melissa, who looks just kind of haggard.
Yep.
After not being on NZT for such a long time. She basically tells him stop taking it because she did, and she didn't die. But now one of the effects is she can't focus for longer than 10 minutes, and she sort of can't even hold the job down because she just can't focus. So Eddie's been warned to wean himself off as much as possible. So Eddie gets home. He completely forgets about having to pay his loan shark back because Gennady is waiting for him. And and he has like this little baggie in his hand because he's just about to take his NZT pill again to kind of like take the edge off. But then Gennady ends up jacking it instead and takes it. And he goes, "Give me my money." And so what do you call it? Bradley Cooper, takes out his money. Is that?
Yeah, he goes
Am I
to
getting
a
everything?
bank. Yeah, he goes
he
to a
goes to a
bank.
bank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes his money and gives him, and by the time he gives him the money, Gennady's like, "I'm feeling good."
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what's in this stuff. But anyway, he has his money back. He goes to Lindy's work because he's really not feeling good, and he just gave his his last bit that he had on him to Gennady, and he ends up crashing because he just is. I guess he's coming off of his high or
Yeah, I
whatever
don't
it's
know. I
called.
guess he's withdrawal. I
Yeah,
would
his
say he's going through
withdrawal's
withdrawal.
kicking in. Yeah.
Yeah,
So he tells her everything, and she's kind of pissed, but she wants to
yeah,
help him. So he tells her that she has his stash is at her place, hidden inside of a uh, conch shell, I guess. And as she's trying to bring it back to him, the scary stalker guy is following her. This scary stalker guy must be on NZT2 or something because he's everywhere. He
yeah.
basically follows her into Central Park. He even jacks like two really big guys that she like tries to get to help her get stabbed to death trying to help her, and he's really focused on getting her and the stash. She panics, calls him, and Eddie just tells her, take a pill, you'll know what to do as soon as you take the pill. And apparently it takes 30 seconds to kick
Right.
in.
Yep.
Which
That
like does
seems
that
fast.
yeah, as I say, does that measure up with how long it takes a pill
I don't. Not
to
one that you ingest in your stomach. Not one that's clear like that, which means it's like a solid fused piece of I don't know, sugar probably with something in it. I feel like it would take longer than I'd say 30 minutes.
yeah, because it has to get into your bloodstream and then go
Yeah.
up to your brain somehow. And
Yeah, I would say like if you could do it like a sublingual, like under your tongue, maybe it'd go faster. But or if you injected it like the Russian
yeah,
did, then it would make sense. So like yeah,
right,
that was kind of my gripe later on. It's like it hits faster. I'm like 30 seconds wasn't fast enough.
yeah. Because I was like Tylenol never kicks in for me. 30
Right? Oh,
seconds.
Tylenol is bullshit. Nobody should ever take Tylenol. It's fake. Advil
Which one's
works.
Advil?
Advil
Okay.
works, but like I've never had Tylenol help me at all. And there was some study recently that shows that when you take Tylenol, it lowers your empathy
Does
like
it? Yeah.
like a tiny bit, like irreversibly, supposedly. I don't know. I got to find that study. Don't take my word for it. Look it up.
I
But
mean, that might
I
explain why I
remember
just want
seeing
to
that.
punch so many people in the face.
Yeah. So it's never worked for me anyway. So I just won't take Tylenol. I'm like,
Uh,
I will just take nothing. Thank you. But I will take
but
Advil.
Advil.
Advil is great. Yeah.
Okay,
Take Advil. The shit works.
got it. Cool. I'm learning something for my health too.
Mm.
Uh, so I'll say Lindy. So Lindy takes the pill, and everything kicks in, and I love seeing how everything gets sharp and clear for her.
Mhm.
She makes a beeline for the middle of an ice rink,
This
and
was so stupid.
well, it was cool because like I don't know. I mean, they don't show anything about. We don't know anything about Lindy up until this point, really, except that she fell in love with a loser. Uh, but she's scaling the scaffold. No, not the scaffold. The pergola. She's like
Mhm.
stepping on each pergola like a parkour person, like very just agile and just on the agile, I guess is the word for it. Jumps down. She makes a beeline for this kid in the middle of the ice skating rink, and just when scary stalker guy is about to stab her, she flips the little kid around and gashes him in the face.
This was a huge problem for me.
Yeah,
She they show her looking at gardening shears and then a
yeah,
baseball bat, and then she determines that the best option is to run across this field out onto the ice and spin
yeah,
spin a little some random girl spin around and hit this guy in the face. Like that's outrageous to me. It was ridiculous. Not to mention, there's no way any of them are running around on the ice in regular shoes like that.
yes.
This,
They were running really well
yeah. E-
for ice.
Even the director said that it was absurd for her to do that.
Yeah, I thought that she just when she was looking at the shears and everything else and the baseball bat, her mind concluded it would take too long to get to that, and the guy would catch her, and that's
But
why
it took her even longer to get to the ice skating rink. I don't know.
she
I
just
think
made it though.
I think somebody had an idea and they thought it was good, and so they put it in the script.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, uh, she gets the pills back to Eddie, and he's like, "I can take care of us now," and she's like, "Nah, I'm good," and breaks up with him again. And just outside of her apartment, he sees Gennady again, and right when he sneaks up on him. Gennady goes, "Hey, I don't know what's in there, but I want more of those pills." And he goes, and Eddie was like, "No, I already paid you. We're done." And he was like, "No, if you know what's good for you, you're going to get me some more pills. And so Eddie decides to hire bodyguards who look
Oh
totally
yeah.
like bodyguards.
Yep.
You don't have anything to say on the bodyguards or anything?
No, they weren't in it very long.
Yes. uh, so Eddie decides to try to start making amends because he's got his stash back, and the first thing he does is he gets back to Carl Van Loon and he tries to start setting up his nest egg that he had been talking about with
Well,
Lindy.
actually, there's video where, first of all, he finally has a genius thought, and it turns out that taking the right dose, and not drinking alcohol keeps the blackouts away.
Oh, right.
So, hey,
right.
who would have thought that? And then, but I was at this point, I was wondering if the plot about the dead model was coming back, and it does in a little bit. But he finally gets around to trying to get someone to reproduce the pills for him. He talks to a guy in the lab. But that guy, I don't know if what the guy said makes sense. He's like, I can put the same ingredients in, but I can't reproduce the exact method of delivery to the brain. Like, well, you just eat it.
Right.
There's not like, if you know what's in there, you just put what's in there.
Maybe he's worried that it'll take, the way he does it will take 1 minute versus 30 seconds to get to the brain.
Maybe it'd be totally useless then.
Right. So yeah. So Eddie ends up being responsible for helping Van Loon with this big merger between Van Loon and Hank Atwood. He's making sure it's on track, and one of the days he ends up coming home to his apartment trashed. So he ends up deciding, I need to get a new place just to be safe, and that's when he gets the apartment from Kick-Ass. It actually is the apartment from Kick-Ass.
Is it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's funny. Did you skip over the part where the cop finds him in the restaurant, or is that coming up?
That was coming up. That was in there.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens in there somewhere.
Yeah,
because later down the line, he does a police lineup because of that.
That cop who's in The Wire, by the way, he finally comes back. He finds Eddie like at a restaurant. I don't know. I don't remember what my gripe was here exactly, other than how did he know that Eddie was going to be there? Like he's there. Eddie's there eating, sees the cop, goes over to talk to him. Is like, what's up? And the cop's like, oh, we have a witness who identified this person, and he points to a newspaper article of Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was kind of a weird way to say you are a suspect, but
right.
Then there was also at the beginning of the part where he's working with Van Loon. I like the lecture that Van Loon gives him about not having earned his power.
Oh yeah,
He's like, it's a gift and you flaunt it. So I thought that was cool. That was a good line from De Niro.
He has some good one-liners throughout the movie. And then I really like the one that like Bradley Cooper spits back in his face, that you would even think that I'm not prepared. Shows how unprepared you are.
Right.
But yes. Let me see. Oh, I just have another one-liner saying the lone shark shows up again, wanting even more pills. So he ends up getting a new place. He has the bodyguards. He's instructed the bodyguards, hey, stay back. Don't wear the same suit. I like that. Don't wear the same suit because this isn't the Matrix. and don't stand next to each other because I want to be able to look behind me. Because they're like really, really wide dudes. But the merger between Hank Atwood and Carl Van Loon's companies ends up being jeopardized because Hank Atwood is at the hospital. And Eddie ends up realizing that Hank Atwood is at the hospital because he is also on NZT.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we put that together. Well, I guess the guy was kind of shaky or whatever at the meetings, right? So
yeah, he starts knowing that something is up, but then he's also in the middle of the tail end of his, I guess, dosage. But yeah, this is where he goes to do the police lineup, and then Eddie doesn't realize it just yet, but the lawyer, he gives his jacket to the lawyer to hold while he's doing the lineup, and when he gets back to the office, he finds out that his bodyguards apparently had their asses handed to them because he gets a package with their hands in it.
Yes, I didn't know. I was like, whose hands are those? And I had to
Uh,
look it up.
oh, you didn't recognize the tattoo on
No, I
the
guess I hadn't looked closely enough.
yeah. There was a tattoo. I mean, I knew that. I think when when he was first hiring the bodyguards, they had kind of zoomed in on one guy's hand with the tattoo on it,
Okay.
and that's why I was like, oh, it's that guy's hand.
Did you notice that the box that it came in had it said on the outside hand
Hand delivery.
delivery?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, yeah. See, this movie was just kind of fun. It's not the most intellectual of movies, despite the content, but it's fun in parts. Um, what do you call it? Yeah, through a news clip, Eddie sees that his lawyer also happens to be Hank Atwood's lawyer, which explains his missing NZT stash.
Yep.
So he puts two and two together. I don't think he actually realized that Hank Atwood was on NZT until he realized his lawyer and Hank Atwood's lawyer were the same person, and
Yeah.
that's probably how his
Yeah.
NZT stash was
I can see
missing.
that. Yeah.
So anyway, the icing on the cake is he realized he's watching that news clip in his apartment, and that's when the banging on the door starts, and that takes us all the way back to the very beginning of this movie where he is hanging on the ledge.
Sorry, before we go on,
Yeah.
what was the purpose of the model being murdered to set up Eddie?
The only thing I could think of was that it was a way to get his NZT stash
Yeah,
stolen.
that's the only. I was like that. Like, here's the plan. Step 1, frame him for murder. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, get his NZT.
But like, how would they frame him for murder? Like, if was it like they knew that did they hook her up with him and then murder her as soon
I
as?
don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a
It's
problem.
yeah. Yeah, that was definitely problematic for me too. I was like, well, what was the whole point with killing her except for just having a device to have the lawyer steal the NZT from him?
Yeah.
You know? And how did they know that for sure that he was on NZT? If that was
Yeah.
their thing, right?
Yeah.
So I guess we get back to him in the very beginning of this movie where he's on the ledge, and right when he's about to jump, he realizes there's a possibility that there's one more tablet in that tea canister of
Which that
his.
was actually bothering me. The whole movie, he would pick up that canister and rattle it, and it
Yeah.
sounded like there was one pill in there.
Right.
Was that like his lucky pill? Well, apparently it was, but is that
Not really, because
yeah, I
remember.
guess not really, right?
Yeah.
And then like when Abby Cornish goes to get the pills from her apartment that he had stashed, he's still got a ton left there. So I just don't understand
Yeah.
why he's only got one in this huge tin the entire movie.
Yeah, I don't understand why he didn't split it up into stashes in different places.
Yep.
That would be the logical thing to do.
Somebody with a 4-digit IQ would have thought of that.
Right. Or would it put hidden compartments in books or something? I don't know. Anyway, so like what happens in every movie where some tiny object that you really need, like a key or something, is super important, the one NZT tablet that he does manage to find before Gennady and his thugs break in falls out of his hands because he trips over a box and it rolls into a drainage ditch. So, Gennady has him tied up and is doing his villain speech of what all the things he's going to do to him and how he enjoys being on this pill, and he's going to do new things now because he's getting out of this line of business, because he's going to start an import-export business, because that's when, that's what you do when you've discovered new levels of intellectual capacity,
I guess,
I
yeah.
suppose. This is where I have a science question. Is
Okay,
this
yeah,
true?
yeah.
If you dilute something with water and inject it, does it go straight to your brain? And does it make the effects last longer?
Well, the fastest way you can get something to your brain is, depending on the drug, through the nose or intravenously. So I don't think he's wrong about injecting it and that it would get there faster. But again, they already established that it only takes 30 seconds if you eat it.
Right.
So like if Eddie had told, I forget her name, Lindy. If Eddie had told Lindy to crush the pill up and snort it, and it'll take 30 seconds or something like that, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. The guy wants to inject it to get it there faster. And maybe it takes an hour after. Although early on in the movie, when he took the pill outside of his apartment for the first time, it doesn't take long to kick in then either, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a bit of an issue for me. Would it last longer? I would say, if anything, it would last shorter, and you run the risk of overdosing because when it goes through your whole system, it kind of takes, like, some of it goes through the lining of your stomach, and some of it goes through the lining of your intestine, stuff like that. So it's a little bit slower release. And some drugs are even designed to be extended release, where some of them dissolve in the stomach and you get it right away, and then later on it dissolves in your intestine.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. This is just a single pill. Probably it's not that complicated. But yeah, I think if anything, it's going to last not as long, and it's going to be too effective, or more effective.
Right. So is that why is it in the movies when they're heating a drug up under a spoon with a lighter, and then they're using a needle to pull that out of the spoon? Is that why people, I guess, use a needle and inject themselves?
Yeah, that's why people inject heroin. I don't know if
to
you
get
could.
it faster.
I don't know if you could eat heroin. That's a good question. I mean, there's some drugs would be destroyed by the acid in your
Yes.
stomach.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if heroin's one of those. I'd have to look at what the exact.
Yeah. I'm not trying to turn this into an episode of how to do drugs, by the way.
I am.
I was just genuinely curious.
No, but yeah, I mean, heroin. They're just making a solution of it and then inject it into the bloodstream.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I was really curious about the whole. If you dilute it, will it actually make the effect last longer?
No, it won't.
Okay. All right. So this is also when Gennady starts marveling at all the new words in his vocabulary, and I find that pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's too bad that he's not smart enough to keep his distance from Eddie, though, because Eddie realizes that if he needs to get desperate and he needs to do something really aggressive to survive this home invasion, and so he ends up being close enough to stab Gennady, and Gennady starts bleeding out.
Yeah, he got the knife out of his packing. He still has all of his boxes half unpacked, right? And he sees the knife and grabs it. So I guess my gripe was, why wasn't Gennady smart enough to realize that Eddie was up to something, like to see that coming?
That's what I was wondering. He's clearly, at the very least, his criminal mind would have been like, "Hey, this is a guy backed into a corner. I'm about to end his life."
This guy's been in scrapes before. He should have seen it coming,
but maybe being smart made him too cocky. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, is this also? I don't know if I'm jumping ahead, but is this when he starts drinking his blood?
Yeah. So yeah, Eddie's like having serious withdrawal. There's still the two other dudes like searching his apartment for pills or whatever. And the one guy's got a bad eye. I didn't catch that at first. But the yes, and the Russian Gennady had fallen over and he's bleeding. And then there's some voiceover about the NZT being in his bloodstream. It would still be in his bloodstream if he ate it, by the way. I was like, this is why they had him inject it, right? But if it really worked in 30 seconds from eating it, then it would still be in his bloodstream. Like, if it's working, it's in his bloodstream.
Right. But also, wouldn't it be like there's no guarantee that what he was licking up was.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's super diluted. So, I mean, he might have got a teeny tiny bit, but it's, I mean, I don't know I forget how much blood is in the human body, but he was not getting enough to feel any effect really from a few sips of blood. He would have to drink the guy's entire volume of blood.
But it was apparently enough for him to remember how to speak Russian, because he knew enough Russian to say on our left, and then he tricked the blind guy into shooting his friend.
Right. Yeah. That was confusing to me at first, because like the guy can see somewhat, like what's going on. He only got like the needle in one eye, but I caught it on the second viewing that he had like a cloudy other eye.
Yeah. But so he survives that by the skin of his teeth, and I guess that's that. But that whole scene was one of my favorite scenes too. Was this whole him versus Gennady? It was just funny, mostly for me.
I was pretty over it by then, and like the drinking the blood and the injecting to make it last long. All that was just It was.
I didn't have the science background to know how impossible the. I mean, I knew that the drinking the blood thing was probably not very realistic. So the movie pretty much ends, and it cuts to the last scene where I guess Hank Atwood dies. Eddie, this is where Eddie convinces the hitman, "Hey, your boss died because his lawyer who stole my NZT stash didn't bring him the NZT to keep him alive. So what do you say about, you teach him a lesson?" And so he takes Eddie to the lawyer. The lawyer's all strung up. Eddie finds his stash. He yeah,
Oh yeah, I do remember it now. Okay.
and then he starts running for senator apparently.
Yeah, which is weird because he's got some skeletons in his closet, man. There's no way he's gonna come on.
How would he explain the whole I was in a lineup?
Yeah, like I was once a murder suspect. I don't know. I feel like that would be pretty damning, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Well, there's worse people in Congress now.
I mean, and it doesn't stop there.
Nope.
So yeah.
Oh, they say the name of the movie again.
Oh, Limitless.
Van Loon says he's like, he basically says you could get him a limitless supply.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
sorry, I
So
jumped ahead.
oh, no worries. Van Loon basically ambushes Eddie because he's masquerading as somebody from the a company that donates a lot of money to his campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
And then he supposedly catches Eddie off guard because Eddie didn't realize that company had been bought out by Van Loon that morning. And so Carl Van Loon, De Niro, thinks that he has Eddie right where he needs him. And he's like, "Hey, let's go get lunch. We'll talk about your promising future." And right when they go outside, Eddie tells him, "Hey, have a good lunch. I'm not doing this." And this is where Carl Van Loon starts threatening him, saying that like he doesn't want to go to war with him. He doesn't know all the things that he can do and all the skeletons he can dig up. And Eddie basically lets him know he's not on NZT anymore. Surprise! And he doesn't need that lab. And he's like, "Hey, and don't you think somebody like me would have multiple labs? And even then, even if I had them, I don't need it, and I have the clarity without having to be dependent on the drug anymore." And he demonstrates it by the van crashing into the cab.
Yeah.
And I guess he just touched Van Loon and he realized he had heart issues.
Yeah.
Just from feeling it.
So I think he's lying about not being on NZT anymore and that he probably does have multiple labs making it. But what I didn't realize until I heard it in the commentary is that Atwood had a lab making NZT and that's what Van Loon bought and shut down the production of. And he assumed that that's where Eddie was getting his NZT from.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Oh, the director said that the lab that he had bought was Atwood's lab?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that part. So he tells him hasta la vista, and he tells him don't forget to vote before closing the door.
Yeah.
And then he heads to lunch with Lindy, where they're at a Chinese restaurant.
Take him back? Why would she take him back at this point?
Well, she does say it's hard for her to get used to him with that new haircut.
But like two guys got killed because of her, because of Eddie, right?
That's
it's
true.
over, dude. There's no way. I don't know.
Maybe she just likes maybe NZT also makes you super Rico Suave.
Maybe she's on NZT as well, and she's like, we can just be better this way. I don't know.
Or maybe she likes being on NZT.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Fittingly, there's a terrible song over the credits. The Black Keys Howlin' for You. I can't remember how it goes right now, and I don't want to.
Is that
it's going to be stuck in my head?
Yes,
song? That's the song.
Oh, yeah.
I know, it's stuck in my head. God damn it.
Sorry.
That song is an abomination. Also, though, I did look into it. It was an interesting choice for that song because one of the lyrics in the second verse says, "There's something wrong with this plot. The actors here have not got a clue." I think that was just a mistake that they chose that. But
they didn't read the lyrics. They didn't read into the lyrics. They just wanted that chorus part.
Yeah. I hate it. Anyways, there was an alternate ending that was more like Van Loon had the upper hand, and Eddie just decides that he's going to figure it out with his remaining supply of NZT. Like he'll figure out what to do.
Oh, but how did he have the upper hand? Because he had bought the lab.
Yeah. I mean, so instead of Eddie maybe having his own lab and his own supply, maybe multiple ones of them, stuff like that. Like what Van Loon said was actually true, that he he now shut down the supply, and now what are you going to do, Eddie? But instead of kissing the ring, he's just gonna like whatever supply he's got left. He figures he'll figure out what to do from there. But I don't know.
Right.
I don't really think either ending is particularly better than the other. Okay, so changes we'd like to have seen. I can go first if you want. You've been doing a
You
lot
can
of
go
talking.
first. You can go first.
I would take out the 4-digit IQ remark. It's
You're
technically
just
not.
jealous.
It's technically not impossible.
Yeah.
But he does a lot of dumb shit that if he's supposed to be that smart, he just shouldn't be doing those dumb things. I think he should have immediately set about figuring out how to make more NZT. And he also should not have needed to borrow any money. All those changes should have been made. If they had been made, this would have been a better movie. I think he should have just made a bunch of money, and then the movie should have been about him experiencing the missing time and the blackouts, and like, did he murder that lady or not? Maybe there's multiple murders. Maybe he writes more books, and the books are murder mysteries, and life starts imitating art. Like, just take the movie in a completely different direction. Because once we were about 30 minutes in, I was like, okay, this movie is not good. I did enjoy it at first, though.
Yeah, I was really hoping that at the very least, out of all my picks, this one you would enjoy. The other ones, admittedly, I knew you were going to hate.
Let's say you picked Lucy and Meet Joe Black. Was there another one?
What was?
You said you didn't.
Did I pick Judge Dredd? I think I picked Judge Dredd.
We kind of settled on that one, I think.
Yeah.
No, I picked that one.
You picked that one? Okay.
Yeah. But was there another one that you had picked?
Dredd, Lucy. Did you pick Slither? I think
that was when we were kind of like, yeah, let's just do that one.
Yeah.
I think after Slither is when we started taking turns.
You did The Mummy for sure.
Yeah. So I think that was just 3 for you then, right?
Yeah. Okay. So this is my third swing and a miss then for you.
Strike. You're
out.
Well,
the first two, admittedly, I was trying to piss you off.
Mm-hmm. I think of the 3, I think this one's potentially the best.
The best of the 3. Yeah. I didn't want to go too easy and pick something I knew you were gonna like. Right. So
did you have changes, or else we can go into
my biggest changes would be get rid of the whole model subplot.
Yep.
Figure out another way to get his NZT stolen from him. And the cops really just don't act like cops.
No.
Especially in New York. They were just like, oh, well, this is weird. Yeah, it happens every day.
Yeah. The way they were acting was like somebody called in that their neighbor stole their cat or whatever. And they're like, yeah, sure, we'll get right on it.
Right. Even though it was on the news and everything. They were just like, oh, yeah, she said this guy. Somebody said this guy was the person that they saw with her last. And it was just like, doesn't that immediately make him like suspect numero uno?
He is white and rich though. So
he is. And then he had that really high powered lawyer that Hank Atwood also hired. So
right.
Yeah. I won't ever know what that's like. Maybe one day, hopefully I'll know what being rich is like. I don't know. But the white part, I'll just have to live vicariously through you.
It's not great. I mean, anyway. I guess I don't know any different, but I got a lot of white guilt, I'll tell you that. But don't feel sorry for me. You should not. Nobody should feel sorry for me. So let's move on to rating. The Rotten Tomatoes scores have it at 68 with all the critics, 63% with the top critics, 74% with the audience. I think that's a little high. They're being too kind to this movie.
For the critics?
Yeah, well, everyone. I think even the critics have it. Maybe I might agree with top critics. I feel like it really takes a dive once it starts going down.
Yeah.
So what was I going to say? I thought that the movie, there's a lot more tension than I was expecting, which is good. I thought it was going to be more like a drama, so not a complaint. But they just had too many ideas, and they wanted to do all of them. I think it's well shot, it's well composed and edited, but I was over it about halfway through. And I don't know if you recall when we talked about watching this at the end of The Mummy, and Blue said that she fell asleep during Limitless.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that was your clue that is
It
gonna.
was well, no, I'm just saying, like, I understand why she fell asleep.
Oh,
So to me, well, I'll save the tier and any kind of rating for a minute. You can give your rating thoughts.
um, this this is definitely, if you're okay with shutting off your brain and just enjoying the movie, which I think I did when I first saw this movie. I think that's why I still have enjoyed it more than most movies. But I also just really liked, I think, Bradley Cooper, Abby Cornish, De Niro, and the loan shark guy. Even the bodyguards were funny to me. They were just really great characters to me. What they did in the storyline sometimes didn't use them the best, but they were still. I thought the acting was pretty great. Did you know that Shia LaBeouf was supposed to be, is it LaBeouf, was supposed to be Eddie Mora in this movie?
No,
Yeah, that probably
I
I don't
don't.
know how
Yeah,
that would have turned out.
I don't know how that would have turned out either.
But yeah, apparently he got into an accident or something was wrong with his foot and he couldn't make it.
And they got Bradley Cooper.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a huge upgrade for them.
it was a huge. I thought it was a huge, maybe what
Yeah,
was this 2011? Was he maybe not as big back
maybe.
then?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because this
But I
was
mean, Shia
this
LaBeouf was never. Well, I guess this could have been like mid whatever Transformers, where he was a big deal for a while. So
yeah. Was this before or after The Hangover? I can't remember.
I want to say well after, but I'm not
Well,
sure
after,
on that.
okay. Anyway, I also liked how the movie was shot.
Yep.
The whole pre NZT and then on NZT,
Yep.
that whole shift was really nice, and I liked how they're consistent about that.
There's definitely cool ideas in this movie that
Yeah,
were executed well,
but
but
there's a lot keeping it from being a really great movie.
there's a lot keeping it from being a C tier even movie. Just to give you a hint.
So how many pills out of 5 would you give it?
That's what I was also said pill is great.
Oh yeah.
So first I'm gonna say that it started as an A tier. I really, really enjoyed it right off the bat. I was
Right
like,
off the bat. Okay.
this is good, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it ended as an F.
Oh no! Wow, that bad.
So I think if I'm like kind of grading, if I integrate over that
Yes.
thing, I think I'd give it a D and 4 out of 10 pills.
Ooh. Oh, 4 out of 10. I was like 4 out of 5. Got it. 4 out of 10.
Sorry, did you say 5? Because I can change it to 2 out of 5 if you'd rather.
No.
I can do math on the fly like that.
Like 10 pills just sounds like an overdose.
That's a fair point.
So 4 out of 10. Yeah, I think mine would be around 5 out of 10.
Oh, okay, not that much better. All right.
Not that much better, but I still enjoyed it a little bit more than you, it sounds like.
Would you say it's a C tier then?
I would say it's a solid C tier movie for me.
Okay. All right. I thought you were closer to B, maybe. I thought you for sure you were going to say 6 out of 10.
I mean, I could argue C plus, like 5.5 pills.
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't do plus and minus tiers,
right?
But you can do 5.5 if you want, though. I will put that.
I'll do the 5.5.
Okay,
I'm okay
so
with
generous, so generous. All right, so D for me, C for you, 4 for me, 5.5 for you. All right.
Yep.
And would you recommend it?
I would recommend it if it happens across your feed and you're doing dishes. It's a fun enough movie to watch while you're doing dishes.
I was gonna say something along those lines, but I'm gonna say no. I've got a reputation to uphold here. I'd rather be wrong about that. Say no and be wrong than say yes and be wrong.
Totally okay.
That takes us to our next pick for series 2, which will probably be a little bit yet, because we've got a few episodes of other things to record before that. But for the next MCU adjacent movie, my pick has 2 MCU actor tie-ins. One is from No Way Home, and the other is from Brave New World. And I think the biggest hint I can give you is that you have not seen this before.
Is it Uncharted?
No, I haven't seen that before either.
Oh, okay.
So the actor from No Way Home is Alfred Molina, if that helps.
Oh, okay.
Doc Ock.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And Brave
this
New World.
movie and Brave New World, this movie has come up a bunch of times on the show, and you have not seen it before. And I'm like, you haven't seen it before?
Wait, what is this movie? Now I'm blanking.
So the actor from Brave New World is Harrison Ford,
Uh-huh. And
the
Alfred
star
Molina.
of the movie that you have not seen before,
Oh no, is this Indiana Jones?
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yes, that is my next pick. You're finally going to have to watch it. You look disappointed. It's a great movie.
It's an archaeologist. How fun could it be? Just kidding.
Well, he's not archaeologist at all.
I
Like,
know.
like
I know.
when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, I want to be an archaeologist. And then I found out what archaeologists really do.
I wanted to be a marine biologist, and I found out how much marine biologists make.
Oh, that's sad.
It is. I wanted to play with dolphins all day. Actually, that was my main thing. Is I wanted to play with dolphins all the time.
So the next pick will be Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That'll be in, I don't know, I want to say like a month from now. Or no, it's going to be like 4 episodes from now. It's going to be close to 2 months from now, I think. But I have a brief quiz. And it's not brief. A very long quiz.
We don't have limitless amount of time.
We don't, but we got some time here. So I'm calling this the adaptation quiz. I almost went with pills and movies, but that would be too similar to what we did in Dread. And I also went with Bradley Cooper or Tim Matheson because I thought that Bradley Cooper looked like Tim Matheson at the end of this movie, right? Or similarly, I was going to do Johnny Whitworth or Dermot Mulroney. But I don't know. That was just ideas I was jotting down, and I didn't really know where to go from there. But
Yeah.
so what I've decided to go with is good book adaptations. These are movies based on books, since this was a movie based on a book, but it wasn't good. So these are all movies that I've seen. I think you've seen most of them, if not all of them. I think that they're good. They're based on books, most of which I've also read. Don't know about you. And
Jurassic Park is one of them.
some of them are MCU adjacent, and some of them are not.
Oh.
And I will tell you if they are or not. So part A, the title is not the same. So these adaptations have different titles than the books. So I'll give you a brief description, and you need to tell me, ideally you could tell me the name of the book and the movie, but if you don't know either, I will tell you one of them and you can pick which one. So for example, a science fiction thriller about a struggling writer who takes an experimental drug that unlocks his full brain potential, turning him into a genius but leading to dangerous consequences. Starring Bradley Cooper and Robert De Niro.
Limitless.
Right. But do you know the name of the book?
Oh, The Dark Fields.
Very good. All right. You were paying attention. So, all right, that was your test.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm
going to mess up on the title. The title not being the same.
The first one is MCU adjacent in that the Ancient One has a significant, though not starring, role. That's probably not much of a hint, to be honest. It's a meta-comedy drama film that follows a neurotic screenwriter struggling to write a screenplay from a book about orchids and an eccentric man who steals them, while simultaneously exploring themes of creativity, obsession, and the very nature of storytelling itself.
I have no clue what this was.
Starring Nicolas Cage, Meryl Streep, and Chris Cooper.
I don't know. I don't know this one at all.
Here's another hint for you. It's an adaptation.
Is it called Adaptation?
Yes. You got the movie name. Have you not seen that adaptation with Nicolas Cage? Okay, so the book is The Orchid Thief, which I never read, but my wife has, so it's me adjacent. And so I don't know what the book is really about, but the movie is about him trying to adapt the book into a movie. It's pretty good.
Him trying to adapt the movie, the book.
He's trying to adapt the book, The Orchid Thief, into a movie.
But but the movie itself is about the book.
The movie itself isn't really about the book, so I guess that was kind of a trick question. But
okay.
But that's a good one. I would recommend that one. It's interesting.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the only trick one. The next one is also MCU adjacent in that the Iron Man 3 president or the president in Iron Man 3, and the voice of Surtur are both in it. This one, that's probably more of a clue than for the previous movie, but you probably won't need it. This is a powerful drama about an innocent banker wrongfully imprisoned for murder who finds hope and uses his intellect and determination to navigate prison life, befriending a seasoned inmate and ultimately pursuing his freedom.
Oh, God damn it. I know this movie. Tim Robbins is in it.
Yep.
And why am I blanking on the name of this movie?
He crawled to freedom through 500 yards of shit-smelling foulness.
Yes. Am I allowed to Google Tim Robbins just to remember his the movie's name? Shawshank Redemption.
That's correct. And do you know the name of the book?
I do not. It was a Stephen King book.
This is a bit of a trick question with the name of the book.
Is the book's name also The Shawshank Redemption?
That's not the entire name of it.
Okay.
It's one of the stories in a 4-story collection. So it's not technically its own book, but
it's like an anthology.
It's Rita Hayworth and The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh. Was that a Stephen King?
Yeah.
Series? That was, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So this one is also MCU adjacent, but you won't need that clue. It's a 1982 horror film about a group of American researchers in Antarctica who discover and unleash an alien creature capable
of... Thing.
The Thing is correct, sir. With
Kurt Russell. The original version.
Yeah, I was going to say starring The Living Planet. So do you know the name of the book that was based on?
I don't remember.
It's a short story in a book. Okay. It was written in 1938 by John W. Campbell, and it's called Who Goes There, which is an okay book.
Or you read it too?
Yeah, I did read that one. It's interesting to read sci-fi from 1938. Like they have some wild ideas, and the way that it's written is really weird.
But, yeah.
Okay, the next one, not MCU adjacent. After dying in battle against an alien race, an officer is caught in a time loop, forcing him to relive the same day repeatedly until he can find a way to stop the alien invasion with the help of an elite soldier.
Oh, Edge of Tomorrow.
That is correct, sir. Also called...
Yeah, I don't remember. It's a Japanese animation or anime.
The name of the book. Yeah, the name of the book is Then they made a manga out of it, but there is actually a book by Hiroshi Sakurazaka.
Yeah.
It's called All You Need Is Kill, and then they almost called the movie Live, Die, Repeat, which I think is a better name, but they called it Edge of Tomorrow. Really good movie, decent book. I saw the movie first, so sometimes that means the book not as good.
I really like that movie.
Yeah, it's good.
I kind of don't want them to make a part 2. I thought I heard that they're making a part 2.
I think Tom Cruise is too old.
Yeah, I see him in some pictures for the promotion of that new Mission Impossible, and I'm like, oh, he's starting to look his age.
Yep. Next one, also not MCU adjacent, but it is previous answer in this quiz adjacent, and that it shares a director and an actor from one of the previous movies. It's a sci-fi action film where a drifter discovers that subliminal messages are used by hidden alien overlords to control humanity, and he attempts to expose them with the help of special sunglasses.
Is it They Live?
It is They Live. I love that movie.
I don't know the book, but
it's a short story.
Piper.
Yeah, that's right. It's a short story called 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's a good short story. It's very, it's pretty different. So, last one for part A. It's MCU adjacent if you count the TV shows, and this movie is a complex science fiction film about a time-traveling agent on his final mission to stop a bomber, only to discover that his own identity is inextricably linked to the very paradoxes he's trying to prevent.
Is it Predestination?
It is Predestination. Very good, sir. Starring Ethan Hawke and Sarah Snook as the same person. Spoiler alert.
Really good.
Do you happen to know the name of the book?
I don't.
It's All You Zombies.
Oh,
which it's pretty good.
I should have remembered that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's a weird name for a book that has nothing to do with zombies, but
yeah.
I thought the the movie's better. But
Ethan Hawke has made some great movies.
yeah, he makes
Yeah.
good choices.
Did you like Moon Knight? He was really great in Moon Knight.
Yeah,
I
I
thought.
liked it. I thought it was pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I think they're making a season 2. I'll watch it. So
Oh, I thought they weren't making a season 2.
oh, maybe that was what I read. We'll find out eventually, or not.
Yeah.
Part B, the title is the same. So I'm going to just rapid fire some MCU adjacent ones here. I'm going to give you quotes for these, and you
Okay.
tell me which movie it is. I don't know if I'm going to do voices or not. We'll see. All right, here we go.
That'll be interesting.
Oh wait, was she a great big fat person?
Oh, I don't know what this. Where is that from?
I got another one for you. A different character. He said, "I can smell your cookie."
That Snatched?
No,
Snatch?
it's Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, yeah, no.
Sorry, the first one. Yeah, have you not seen it?
I haven't watched Silence of the Lambs.
Oh my
yet,
god, what the hell, dude?
I know. It's on my list of.
All right.
It's on my list, but I've never found a reason to watch it outside of I don't know. It looks like one of those really emotionally intense movies.
You should pick that as one of your MCU adjacent ones. If you don't, I will eventually, but I got some other ones I want to get to first.
Yeah.
I had no idea you didn't see that. Okay, if I had known that, I wouldn't have thought, because those are dead giveaway clues. All right, here's one for you.
The fava beans line was. That's the one I know for sure.
I should have put that one in. I should have put that one in. Yeah. I didn't think it was going to take you even more than one. So again, MCU adjacent. Here you go. Hold on to your butts.
Oh, that's Samuel L. Jackson in. Crap. Wait.
Life finds a way.
Why am I lagging? I know that I
You said it earlier at the beginning of the quiz when you're like, "This is one of them."
Oh, Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Yep. All right. You're the all singing, all dancing crap of the world. I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
I don't know this one at all. That doesn't ring a bell.
It's Under Control, Sir. You are not special. You are not a beautiful or unique snowflake.
That last one reminds me of something, but I'm blanking.
Okay, it's got Ed Norton in it and Brad Pitt. Have you not seen Fight Club?
Oh, yeah. No, I have seen Fight Club. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
Not enough times for the lines to stick into my head, except for a couple of the overly famous ones.
I was a little obsessed with that. And that's a really great book with a very different ending, by the way.
Yeah.
Next one. Are you watching closely? Obsession is a young man's game. The secret impresses no one. The trick you use it for is everything. We talked about this one earlier on today.
I was like, was it the it's not The Illusionist, it's the other one.
The other one.
Crap, what's the name? I don't remember the name.
The Prestige.
This Prestige, yeah.
Yeah. That's a great movie, and the book is really interesting. It's quite different.
From the movie?
Yeah. The way that they deal with Angiers, like in the movie that's Wolverine, what's his name? Hugh Jackman. And he just makes copies of himself, right? And then in the book, it's more like he only half transported and he's stuck that way.
Jeez.
So it's pretty cool. Anyways, but I understand why they changed it for the movie because that would have been too hokey.
Yeah.
Some not MCU adjacent ones with quotes. All right, this one should be easy. As you wish.
The Princess Bride.
That's correct. Also,
still like my one of my favorite movies. Actually,
yeah, one of the greatest movies ever made. Really good book too.
That's a really stacked cast too.
Yeah, this one might be tricky because I had trouble even finding good quotes for it. And if you haven't seen it, you're gonna have no clue.
Okay.
I must be crazy to be in a loony bin like this.
Yeah, that does ring a bell.
God damn it, Chief, you're about as big as a damn mountain. And I don't want to break up the meeting or nothing, but she's something of a cup, ain't she, Doc?
Nope. Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell.
Not a quote, but I bet you didn't think I was going to say so much in this episode. That's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Was that Jack Nicholson?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that one.
That's
I
a
knew
good
that was
movie.
one of the movies
Yeah.
he's done. Yeah.
I haven't read the book, but I should. Next one. The soil of a man's heart is stonier, Lewis.
I don't know.
It's a
Stone.
place where the dead speak.
I don't know.
This one should give it away. Sometimes dead is better.
Forrest Gump.
Nope, sorry, that's probably my bad accent.
Your accent.
Yeah. No, it's a horror movie. Sometimes dead is better. Also Stephen King. No guesses.
No guess. No.
Pet Sematary, the first one.
See, after your accent there, I was picturing Tom Hanks in a horror movie, and I was totally blanking.
Sorry. So, but that's a great creepy movie and book. That's the first book I remember reading. Actually, I read it in
it's a
sixth
very
grade.
creepy movie and book. Yeah.
Read that in 6th or 7th grade for a book report.
Yeah, you must have submitted some interesting book reports.
Well, the teacher was cool, man. She just wanted you to read, which is how teachers should be.
Yeah.
Next one, we only got a couple more here in the part B. The next one should be an easy one. Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
2000, A Space Odyssey.
2001.
2001, A Space Odyssey. Yeah.
I love that movie. That's a great movie. Book written at the same time that they were writing the movie and producing the movie. So there's a little bit of difference there. One criticism I have of the book, though, is Arthur C. Clarke must have had a word of the day calendar, and that word was presently. He says it a lot. All right, next one. Little pig, little pigs, let me in. Not by the hair of your chinny chin chin, or then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in.
I don't remember any Three Little Pigs movie, but
it's not a Three Little Pigs movie.
Yeah.
It's another horror movie, and we've already talked about this actor earlier on. Let's see. There's Hello, Danny. Come and play with us. Come and play with us, Danny. Forever and ever and ever. Not it. You're on the right track, though. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Nobody actually says that line, but it's in there, typed a bunch of different ways.
It's not Silver Bullet, is it?
Nope. You're still on the right track, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember all the Stephen King movies that I remember.
The last one, it should give it away. Red Rum.
Oh God. They just had that movie. They just had that sequel made after it recently?
Dr. Sleep.
Yeah. It's whatever movie was before that.
The Shining.
The Shining, that's what it is.
Yeah. Great movie, very different from the book, which I'm okay with. I like the book too. The book is terrifying. The only book I think I've ever really been scared reading.
Really? Yeah, the somewhat adjacent to it is I just saw the monkey thing, and I feel like I definitely went into it over expecting too much.
I liked it a lot. I was entertained. Yeah. I thought it kind of fizzled out at the end, but it was overall pretty good.
Yeah.
Some really hilarious kills in that.
Yep. It's very Final Destination-ish.
Yes, which I had watched right before that, with hilarious kills. So part C, taglines. So I couldn't come up with good quotes for these. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give you the tagline and some clues. These are all MCU adjacent, and so that's part of the clue. This one there's only 4 here. So 1978 sci-fi horror remake in which the Grandmaster isn't worried about prisoners with jobs rioting because he's too busy trying not to be turned into a prisoner with a job.
Wait. This is MCU adjacent, right?
Yes. So do you know who I'm talking about with the Grandmaster?
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
Okay. The 1978 sci-fi horror remake in which he's trying not to be turned into a prisoner with a job. The tagline is, I forgot to give you the tagline. Watch out, they get you while you're sleeping.
Darn it. It's the pod people.
Yeah.
It's not They Live. That was another one. The Body Snatchers?
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
The first 3 versions of that.
I love that
movie
series.
Are good. And then they did the Invasion and it sucked. But the 1974 one's the best. Good book too.
That's the one with Donald Sutherland, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really like that one. Yeah.
Yeah. This one is a 2018 post-apocalyptic horror thriller in which Kurt isn't telling stories about the Baba Yaga, but is instead opening people's eyes to something incomprehensible. Do you know who I'm talking about with Kurt and the Baba Yaga?
No.
From the second Ant-Man movie?
Oh yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's David Dastmalchian. So he's practically got a cameo in this movie, so it's kind of a bum hint. The tagline is
I'm
never lose sight of survival.
I'm totally blanking on this one.
And well, let me tell you one more time that David Dastmalchian's cameo in this, he's trying to open people's eyes to something incomprehensible.
Is it Sight?
No,
No.
it's starring Sandra Bullock. I don't think you actually like this movie. I like it a lot.
Was it Hackers? No, it wasn't Hackers.
No. That'd be a funny one to cover though. Bird Box.
Oh, Bird Box. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I like it. I think that's a divisive one. It's a pretty decent book too. I read the sequel as well. I liked it, but the
sequel's the one with was that the one that happens in like Spain or something?
Yeah, so I think it might be different than the book. I didn't make it further than 2 minutes into the sequel, and I was like, nah.
Yeah.
But I did read the book sequel, and I like that. So.
Oh, was the sequel one about how certain people were spared killing themselves, and then their job was to basically make everybody else open their eyes?
No, this was, well, maybe. But what I remember of it was that there was certain people who were immune to it. And did not try to open people's eyes to it or whatever. So,
yeah.
And then I forget, I think in the end, skip ahead 10 seconds if you don't want to hear this. I think in the end, like the aliens left and then everybody could just open their eyes.
That did not happen in part 2. Yeah.
Well, you got to leave room for a part 3.
Right. Yeah.
Next one, a 2015 survival psychological. Well, actually, I'm not sure if it's 2015. Yeah, it's 2015. Sorry. 2015 survival psychological drama where Carol Danvers and her son are held captive in an underground bunker and must make a daring escape.
I haven't heard. I mean, I haven't seen this one. I know Brie Larson's in it, but I can't remember. She got an award for this movie, didn't she?
I think so, or was at least nominated. It's not going to help you, but the tagline is "Love knows no boundaries."
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's called Room, which it's a good movie. Not as hard to watch as I thought it would be, knowing the content. I didn't read it, but I didn't read it, but my wife did. So again, it's Zach Adjacent. And then the last one, President Matthew Ellis. That's the Iron Man president, right? Iron Man 3. President Matthew Ellis is holed up in a grocery store with friends and foes, avoiding the terrors that lurk outside.
The mist.
And the mist is correct, sir. The tagline is belief divides them, mystery surrounds them, but fear changes everything. Hilarious ending to a movie. It's so messed up. And there's also the book is really good, and there's a 3D audio play, basically like a 3D sound audio play that you can get. That's pretty good. And one time I saw a real play of it, and that was good. So
did Stephen King like that version? I can't remember if he liked it or not.
I don't know. I don't. I'm assuming he was fine with it, because I think if he didn't, we would have heard something and remembered it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for Limitless. Next episode should be the full treatment on Thunderbolts ***. If you want to contact us, you can email us at absolutelythebestpodcasts@gmail.com. Join our Discord. There's a link in the show notes. Come chat with us and other like-minded individuals there. We also have a few links in the show notes to our socials and a couple ways that you could help support the show. Please leave us a review and help us spread the word. Tell your friends, tell an addict, and tell the genius. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.
Bye.
Absolutely the Best Podcast is a production of Audio Johnny, a subsidiary of Corporation Johnny.
Corporation Johnny. If it exists, we own it.
There was something else I was going to ask you about. I think that season 2 of Peacemaker starts up. I think it starts up before we record Thunderbolts, so we could definitely talk about that after Thunderbolts.
Okay.
So
and Superman just came out on digital.
Did it already?
Yeah.
That seems fast.
I mean, it's great. I got it.
Okay. Well, no, I'm not like good for you. I'm happy for you,
Yeah.
but that's unexpected. So that's going to be your next pick, I guess.
And quite possibly.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fair.
I was rewatching the Mr. Terrific fight scene, and that was pretty great.
I like Mr. Terrific a lot. Yeah.
He's pretty great. They really did him wrong with his X-Men death, because he was supposed to be Darwin, this mutant that always adapts to survive anything.
Okay.
That's like his mutant power, and then he just like died.
Which X-Men was that in?
The X-Men, the one with what's his face as Magneto, the young Magneto guy.
Oh yeah. Guy
And
with the huge dong.
and Kevin Bacon was in it as like that
first
one
class.
guy.
The first class.
Yeah,
one.
first class. Yeah, first.
Okay.
It's the first class one.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good one. But okay. All right, dude. Well,
Anyway.
I guess that's it. Don't forget to leave your browser open for a minute. Oh wait, I did want to go over scheduling real quick with you. So 8:31 at August 31st at 2 p.m. We're good for Thunderbolts. Yeah.
Yes. Let me just double check. 8:31. Also on Sunday.
Yep.
Yes. So far, so good.
And then Sunday, the 14th of September, we're gonna do Alien, and we'll have Colby on that.
Sorry, Sunday the 14th.
Yep, 2 p.m.
Aliens. Wait, sorry. We said Alien.
Alien. We're gonna go
Alien,
in like chronological release order.
Okay.
Then we'll jump around a bit between the franchises. Well, we're treating it as one franchise.
It's all on Max, which is great.
Is it? Sweet.
Yeah.
I think I own all the good ones.
But which ones are the good ones?
Well, all the Alien ones, including Prometheus. I don't think I own all the Predator movies, and I definitely do not own the AVP movies. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And then let's see, on the 28th at 2 p.m., that's when we would do Aliens.
That looks, those are all clear for me.
I've not put that on my calendar yet, so I will do that and send you the invite for that. So that's good.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're all 2 p.m., right?
Yep. And then after that, I'm not going to schedule right now, but just we'll do my MCU Adjacent, which is Raiders, and then Predator 2, then your MCU Adjacent, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
So we'll throw some MCU Adjacents in there instead of just plowing through the entire thing, because I like to mix it up a bit.
Is Avengers supposed to come out this summer? Or no, it's not till next summer, right?
I don't think there's anything coming until July, and that's the new Spider-Man, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Wait, no, is something... Wait a minute. It might be coming...
we have Fantastic Four coming out.
No. I think... Well, yeah. We got to do that. Oh, right. So we got to work that in here somewhere. Well, we'll fit that in.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I'm not scheduling dates on those other ones. I'm just like, here's the plan. But let me see. Yeah, I think you're right. I think in November we might have the next Avengers movie. Where's my list? Doomsday. No, December 2026. So we have Spider-Man Brand New Day next summer, and then Doomsday next winter. I don't know of anything else that's coming out besides those. Something the following summer, and then Avengers Secret War the following December.
Damn, December 2026 is a long ways away.
It is, but don't rush it. Also, I feel like there was when all the lockdowns and stuff lifted, didn't they do like 5 movies in 1 year?
Yeah.
And that was too much. That was a problem.
Yeah.
I think 3 is too. I like if they're gonna do one summer, one winter, I think that's the way to do it. But we'll see. We'll see what they do.
Time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be okay with 3, like one every quarter.
That's a lot. I think that's too much. That's too much. So here's the thing: if they're gonna do 2 a year, and they're Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, I'm good with that. Like if they're that quality, I'm good. Let's do that rather than have 5 of them and 2 of them are good and the other 3 suck. So
it's just too bad because like when that whole Endgame series, most of them were pretty good. Especially like Captain America, like not Silver Surfer, but Winter Soldier, Civil War, like back to back. All of those were like great. Anyway.
Yep. Okay.
Cool. All right, I won't close it. I'll just leave and then leave it alone
for like a minute. I'll try to text you when it says it's done. Okay,
right.
dude. Take
Take
care.
it easy. Bye.
Bye.
I have to ask you, okay? So the whole premise of Freaky Friday is where you switch bodies.
Right.
And I had this whole debate with my wife on the way home. So Lindsay Lohan's family is marrying into this other family. The other family's got a British background.
Okay.
They swap bodies. The grandma, Jamie Lee Curtis, swaps bodies with the daughter, who's got a British accent. If you swap bodies, wouldn't Jamie Lee Curtis still have a British accent? Because just because she's American,
right? Or her. So I would think whatever consciousness,
right?
Whatever body that consciousness is in should have the accent.
Exactly. Oh my God. See, yes, I was arguing this the whole time on the way home. I was like, because she was like, just because if you're going into an American body, then you would have the American accent. I'm like, no, that's not how it works.
So.
Like, yeah, if your brain is the brain of a British person, your speaking patterns go with you.
It's not like having a limp or something.
Yes.
But if we're going to play devil's advocate here, we're not talking about a brain swap. We're talking about a consciousness swap. And so maybe it's like muscle memory. I'm not really sure about how language works, but my initial thought would be you take your accent with you.
That's what I thought.
All right. Along with all your thoughts and whatnot. So
yes. Anyway, it was an okay movie. I wouldn't, I only went to go see it because I have 2 daughters.
Right.
So it was okay.
The next one. Oh, I didn't actually do any quotes for this. I had The Martian. I have a couple here that I didn't actually finish up on. So here's some recommendations. The Martian. That was a good movie, good book.
Matt Damon.
Did you see that they're doing another book by that author called
which one?
It's Project Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah. I heard that
really good.
That author apparently saw a first pass at a first edit of it.
I think you sent me that on Instagram.
Yeah.
But that's a really good book. I like that a lot. So I'm hoping that they do the movie justice, and that if the author gave it his blessing, then that's a good sign. I also had written down, with no quotes or anything or used anywhere else, the Ted Chiang short story Arrival, which they turned into a movie with
Amy Adams.
What's his name? Yeah, Hawkeye and Amy Adams.
Oh, Jeremy Renner.
Yeah. That's a really good movie. Decent short story too. Okay, so
you saw Arrival, but you didn't see Oh no, you did see Interstellar.
Yes.
Yeah.